Cancer, hi. So this is your reading for April 13th to the 19th for this week. Let's hop on to see what's happening with you, past, present, future. So right off the bat, I saw a connection that you have with someone who's very important to you, a very meaningful connection. But currently, you have some fear surrounding this connection for some reason. That's why you are not like rushing in or anything. You're just like slowly approaching it. And currently, there's something that you feel that is very hard to make up your mind for. So that possibly has to do with this partnership right here. But you are showing up fairly confident on the outside, like, I don't have anything that's bothering me kind of thing. Also, while I'm shuffling your cards, I get these two cards, which like something is bothering you and is creating an anxiety, especially at night. So you probably was thinking about it when you were falling asleep and you couldn't sleep. And it has something to do with this connection, the energy exchange, the equal give and take factors that's presented, okay, well, in any partnership. So in the future, I see you kind of like have to make this decision because things are happening quite fast, but like, again, it's like the things are pushing you to make that decision, even though you don't want to, but like the time has already been here and you have to make up your mind. But still, you're still not sure, like things are still up in the air. You don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't feel that sense of grounded energy from you. It's more like things are flowing up in the air, okay? And yeah, in the future, you will enter into a period of healing. Because if it is so hard for you to make up your mind, there's something that you're not sure about, something that you need to take a look into. All right, let's clarify. So let's do the Three of Cups, okay? Let's do the Three of Cups for you, Cancers. Important, sharp message for you. Three of Cups. I mean, you are showing me your nurturing side. You have a lot of emotions towards whoever this is. Again, it doesn't necessarily has to be love. It doesn't necessarily has to be like past lover, new lover kind of thing. It can even be your family, your children, like your friends, your classmates, depending on which stage and which age group you're in and what you're currently going through. Also, check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? You need to check all the signs and pick the one that resonates with you the most, okay? Because things shift for everybody. Sometimes your sun resonates the most, sometimes the moon message resonates with you the most. So check your signs, check your birth chart. Let's do the past situation. What is in this connection? Okay, that's quite bothering Cancers. Man, you overthink the hell out of this, okay? I feel like this person is not around you physically. Energetically, they're present. Physically, I don't feel they're around. That's why you miss them a lot. Yeah, you miss them a lot. You have a lot of emotions for them. And meanwhile, you are healing from the experience that you have with them. So probably you guys have a lot of history here. Lots of history, okay? That's what I get intuitively. Let's do the Nine of Wands. Couldn't make up your mind, overthinking. What are you afraid of here? Damn. Terrible moment, eh? So conflicts, things are just like coming in super fast, caught you off guard, but you're rejecting the change. You are rejecting what the universe is bringing you. You are rejecting like, you know what, I don't want things to change. Like things are pretty good, like as for how they're presented currently, right? Why do I need to change? Because there's something that's going on in your mind, in your head, in your ego possibly, that you are not willing to face. You're showing me like, no. Nothing's wrong with me. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, I have something going on in my subconscious. I'm a perfectly healthy and fine individual. I'm a perfect sign. I'm like very well developed everywhere. Like, there's nothing's wrong with me. Oh man, I just want to laugh out loud. LOL. Let's do the Knight of Pentacles. Man, so funny. Cancers are so funny sometimes. Crack me up. Oh man. Emotionally, you're trying to detach from it so you wouldn't be as affected by whatever you're experiencing emotionally in the recent past. Okay. And you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my thing over here. I'm gonna do something new to distract myself. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go towards this connection too fast, you know? Yeah. All right, if that's what you decided to do, let's see the current situation. Let's do your decision. What can't you make up your mind on? Like what needs you to make a decision, and why can't you make a decision? Show me. So you're thinking about physically leaving the situation, like creating some space between you two, and you do know that things are coming to an end. So it can be a chapter between you guys coming to an end, or like you two are totally, apart for quite a while. Apply to our situation again. So, okay. I see you physically are like actually leaving for some reason. Let's do the Queen of Wands. Yeah, a huge shift happening in your life. In order to bring more happiness in your life. Okay, so this shift that is like given to you by the universe is for your highest purpose, for your highest good. Okay, all right. And I see other energies around you, possibly like aside from this connection that we're now talking about. You have friends around you, you have people around you that, you know, you go to a party, you go to like a friend group meeting or something. Yeah. To just have fun, like distract yourself. All right, let's do the Six of Wands. What is Cancer doing here? I mean, on the surface, you're showing up as nothing's bothering me. I'm good. I don't need to make any decisions. I don't need to think about that person, you know, like their business has nothing to do with mine. Like, it's not my business. You know, I don't want to get myself involved, and I don't want to look at the things that need to be looked at. And currently, you're just focusing on yourself, doing your own thing. Yeah. So you can reach some peace, some emotional balance here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do the Judgment in the future. But I have a strong feeling that you're just avoiding this, you know? You're just avoiding whoever this is, thinking about them, feeling about them. Because when you feel, you feel. Let's do the Judgment. You finally are starting to take a look at yourself in the mirror, Cancer. Yeah. All right. You finally get into the business. So, in the current situation, you might just feel the need to not look at it, because it's just too much. But in the future, I see you start to be the strong Cancerian. You are very brave, you look into yourself, you look into what needs to be taken care of, and so you can finally come to understanding of what's actually going on with this experience that you have with this person, right? All right, let's do the Two of Pentacles. So you're evolving here. Finally getting into the business, man. Like, how long are you going to pretend, right? But okay, why are you so stubborn? you take a look into the mirror, you're talking to yourself, you're reflecting, but still, that fear of yours is just holding you back so much from reaching another level of you. You can totally evolve from this experience. This is why this person shows up in your life and brought you so many happiness or sadness or laughters or tears or madness, or even you are getting pissed by the other person. Like, it can happen in every single way. But you're just being so stubborn to step in your real power here. So you're kind of like giving me a feeling you're refusing to accept the truth. You're refusing to accept the reality of things. Okay? And the universe was tapping your shoulder. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Let's do the Four of Swords. Man, you're stubborn. You're one stubborn kid. Healing journey with Cancers. Yeah. You're just healing from this karmic connection. This connection is karmic. Okay, this connection is you chose to get involved in it. Okay, you chose. Believe it or not, you might be saying like, oh, I didn't choose. Like, they just showed up in my life, and what can I do about it? But you chose to be in this partnership. Okay. And I also see you healing from something that's related to stability, money, family. So there might be some trauma there. Also, I see you're presented with quite a lot of options in front of you, and you're healing from these overwhelming choices. I don't know what that refers to. What are we talking about here? Like, choices in the family situation. Yeah, like, you know what I mean, but I'm not you, I'm not Cancer, so you gotta figure out what that means. That's what you're showing me here. All right, let's get some advice for you from the universe. I wonder what that is. Interesting. Advice from the universe for Cancers that's dealing with this looking into the mirror thing. Take some time away. Yeah, you did the right thing. You do need to be like emotionally detached from this so you can actually see what's going on. Because right now, the reason that you can't make up your mind is because you don't really understand the situation. It's not like you don't want to make a change. It's not like you don't have that determination. I mean, like, somewhat. Because you're still rejecting it from what I can see. But also, here's what I get. By pulling yourself out of that situation. Let's say this was the example that I love to use. You and this person, whatever you guys experiencing, you know, the life stories, the experiences, this is like within a bubble. Imagine that. Okay, you guys are in a bubble, and you are someone who is looking into this bubble or into this ball of like the physical world, and energetically you're in your higher self, right? So you're able to observe what has happened there. Like, what did I do? What did they do? What are they trying to tell me? So by pulling yourself out and position yourself in a God perspective, God's view, third party view, you're able to see things more clearly. That's why you need to like detach yourself from the situation first. That will help you tremendously with the emotional balance, because right now you're like all over the place, right? I mean, you're trying to show me like I'm good, I'm fine, like, but here's what I got. Hope this helps. I'll see you next time. Bye.